Anatomy and physiology. The introduction begins with me. The structure of my body, what they do and how. But wait, let's start with the top of the skin. The epidermis is the most superficial layer, which is near the surface. Now we need to go deep into the internal parts of the body.
A-N-A-T-O-M-Y, me, oh my. We have a cool teacher, a mystical mix of smart and funny. He taught us all we know. He's the reason I have so much flow.
Cut the body in a coronal cut that cuts half. You'll have half a reproductive system that contains the sex organs cut front and back. It's under cardiovascular system that contains the heart, and that pericardial membrane surrounds the heart.
I guess the top is my axle, the mid-sagittal. Separates not only the body from left and right, it also separates the respiratory system that holds the lungs.
The lymphatic system that carries liquid to the heart, it has an impulse that goes through. I'm nervous system, my glands going crazy producing all these hormones like endocrine system.
A-N-A-T-O-M-Y, me, oh my. We have a cool teacher, a mystical mix of smart and funny. He taught us all we know. He's the reason I have so much flow.
It got my peritoneal membrane going whack, while my intestines is jank. Now a coronal cut can split up my front and back.
Water hydrates my body, so my body can concentrate. The oxygen releases food substance, but heart releases warmth like my mixing and products a metabolic reaction.
The thoracic cavity lines up the lungs, but can't compare to that lined up brain, called the cranial cavity. Receptors and effectors, this is what they do. This is how they're different, like me and you.
Mine, also my fluid and my urinary system. My appendiculars are my arms and legs, but don't wrap around my lungs like the visceral, and hold up like a wall of pericardial.
My negative feedback shuts down when all of my haters are around. My body is going through all the systems like homeostasis mechanisms, and the internal environment needs special factors to keep me going like food that keeps me flowing.
We store our info in receptors, and like my rhyme, my temp gets heated. So my set point causes my effectors bring down that temperature.
Now let's reverse back to how it all started, but first let's go back to how it's parted. Macromolecules, a combination of small molecules.
All this pressure around me, so when I breathe, my lungs won't collapse. I need the stability keeps my life out of jeopardy. Homeostasis keep me going steadily. The organism is made up of organ system, a complex structure of organs that made up of tissues.
It's tightly packed and organized by cells functions and keeps it from a malfunction.
Now let's talk about basic molecular structures. The important group organic chemicals in cells are carbohydrates, lipid proteins, and nucleic acids. Starting with carbohydrates, that has carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. It gives me that special dose of galactose and deoxyribose. You also have your monosaccharides that contain glucose and fructose. You know your cornbread and Kool-Aid, or mainly that watermelon to eat with that chicken. It's a structure of one ring to have short-term energy. Then there is the disaccharides that contains the sucrose and lactose. Since they can't digest lactose, they won't drink milk, but at World of Nations, eating that sugar cane is 2 chains that provide that double shot of short energy. Polysaccharides also get short-term energy but help cell structure. They contain glycogen to store carbohydrates. It got that long chain of CHO that also contains cellulose energy. Lipids got that triple threat. It's non-polar, unsaturated, and has head and tail. It got these one girls saying is butter a carb? No, girl, it's a fat. Shoot, you can ask Mr. Martin, that's a fact. They're monomers, glycerol, and fatty acids, and they store long-term energy for cellular activity. Then you got the phospholipids, that's a fatty acid. It's important for cellular structure. By being organized as one part is called hydrophobic. That faces the inside while the hydrophilic faces outside toward the fluid.
Those things make up steroids. Where I'm from, you don't mess with that. Those steroids synthesize other steroid components of the cell membrane. Its monomers are progesterone, testosterone, cholesterol. Its structure is an S. Now proteins are our life and building blocks of amino acids, C, H, O, and N. The primary structure of a protein molecule is a polypeptide chain that represents amino acid molecules, and the second structure is twisted to form a coil. The function is a wide variety, like digestion, transporting oxygen to help cells decoy. That's why it's so important. The amino acid undergoes oxidation and reduction reaction involving the SH group, which is oxidation of two sulfonyl groups. It's information of this fault bond removing of two hydrogens. Enzymes help speed up reaction by providing an alternate reaction pathway of slower activation energies like a catalyst. They are biological catalysts and catalyze the chemical reaction that help inside living things. When that pH is in effect, a state of ionization of acids or basic amino acids. When you raise that temperature, your reaction will also collide more.
Condyle bump that helps forms a joint. Crest a ridge. Epicondyle bump on a condyle. Facet flat surface. Form and round hole in the bone. Fossa a depression. Distinct round protrusion is a head. Meatus tube-like passageway. Neck narrowed portion. Process raised open sinus a cavity. Spine sharp pointed process. Sulcus elongated depression. Trochanter a large bump for muscle attachment. Tuberosity a small trochanter. Alright, let's do bone types first. Long, short, flat, irregular, sesamoid. All bones are made of compact or chordated, cancellous or spongy. Outer layer periosteum, inner layer endosteum. What are the bone type functions? Long bones are for structural support. Short bones for stability. Flat surface area protection. Irregular, oddly shaped. They go in all directions. The sesamoid protect tendons. They are also round. Compact bone forms the head outside. That's white. Spongy bone forms spongy inside. Medullary cavity, inner open space for blood vessels. Hematopoiesis is blood cell formation that occurs in red bone marrow. Adipose cell or red blood cell substitute are in yellow bone marrow. Middle long part, diaphysis. Top and bottom ends, epiphysis. Osteoblasts build new. Osteoclasts destroy old. Done.
Walked in the building giving blood type and transfusion. So let's go ahead and show you what it's all about. Hey, 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 hey. Okay, okay. Once y'all do this dance now. Blood type on that beat. Blood type on that beat. Blood type on that, blood type on that, blood type on that beat. Slide, drop. Hit them for don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Transfusion on that beat. Transfusion on that beat. Transfusion on that beat. Transfusion on that beat. Know your type, know your type, know your type A. Transfusions. Let me tell you about them. Hey, hey. Let me tell you about them. Transfusions. Blood type A. 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 Okay. Okay. Alright. O positive gives to all the positives, but receives both O's. A positive gives to A and AB positive, and receive both O's and A's. B positive gives to B and AB positive, and receive both B's and O's. AB positive gives AB positive, and receives all blood types. O negative gives all of the blood types, and receives O negative. A negative gives A and AB negative, A and AB positive, receives O and A negative. B negative gives B and AB negative, B and AB positive, receives O and B negative. AB negative gives to both ABs and receives all of the negatives. AB, A, B, O. Transfusion on that beat. Blood type on that beat. Transfusion on that beat. Blood type on that beat. Know your type, know your type, know your type A. Transfusion. I just told you about them.
Wait, I did it wrong.
Walked in the building giving blood type and transfusion. So let's go ahead and show you what it's all about. Hey, 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 hey. Okay, okay. The way I do it now. Blood type on that beat. Blood type on that beat. Blood type on that, blood type on that, blood type on that beat. Slide, drop. Hit that ball, don't stop. Don't stop.
Ants all over you. You got ants all over you.
Oh my gosh.
Take that shoe off.